For over 2 months, I used Tatcha skincare exclusively. I know this video has been very long awaited, and full disclosure, I did originally test these products out back in the fall. Long story short, I'm a mess. I had a rough winter, so that is why I'm just getting around to filming this. But on the plus side, waiting to do this review did give me the chance to kind of revisit all of the products individually and just reaffirm my opinions on them, so there is a silver lining. Tatcha is a luxury skincare line centered around traditional Japanese beauty rituals. Their brand focuses on simplicity and wholesome holistic ingredients, specifically a combination of green tea, rice, and algae, which are all anti-aging staples in Japanese culture, but they're also key ingredients in the beauty routines of geishas. All of their products contain this combination of ingredients, and this is what they refer to as their Hadase 3 complex. I am so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And Tatcha does also work with an organization called Room to Read, so every single Tatcha purchase helps fund education for young girls in Asia and Africa. I was able to transition over to my full Tatcha routine relatively quickly because I did have more experience with Tatcha products in the past, especially in comparison to my last 2-month skincare video, which was on Drunk Elephant. When I started using the Tatcha products, I was coming down from a very bad hormonal breakout, and I had also done a sheet mask experiment that left me with a lot of clogged pores and congestion and a lot of bumps in this general area. The Tatcha products really helped calm down the inflammation from those breakouts, and overall this routine left my skin very smooth and my pores were literally non-existent. Like I said, I have revisited all of these products in the months since originally testing them, but for this past week I did go back to this routine and I did use all of the products to prep my skin today. In my Drunk Elephant video, I did link the tinted moisturizer I was wearing on my skin, and you guys really seem to enjoy that. So I'm going to link the BB cushion I'm wearing today down below. I am still on the light coverage train. Never in a million years did I think I would be a light coverage girl, but the right skincare does wonders for your makeup. And of course, all of the Tatcha products mentioned today will be linked in the description bar down below if you want to check anything out. I'm also going to link some value sets. Specifically on the Tatcha website, they have a customizable set where you can pick 3 travel sizes of your choosing. And then you also get a little makeup bag, and they do ship internationally on the Tatcha website, so that is a fantastic way to try out the brand without fully committing if there's a few products in this video that stand out to you. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention my skin type and my kind of history with my skin will be in the description box for anyone who is new to my channel. And lastly, before we get into it, this video is not sponsored. However, Tatcha did very generously send me these products to review. I simply cannot review skincare brands on this kind of scope without receiving PR, so I'm extremely grateful for that. And you guys who watch me know that even when I do a sponsored video or when I receive product, I still am 100% honest. If I have an issue with the product, I'm gonna let you guys know about it, and I really commend the brands that are interested in working with me, even if that's just sending me PR, because they see that I give my honest opinion and they're cool with that. So I hope you guys appreciate that too. You guys know you're always getting my honest opinion, and of course you can expect nothing less from me today, but let's get into it. The Tatcha skincare routine starts off with what they refer to as the Kyoto cleanse ritual. This includes a double cleanse starting with a cleansing oil and finishing off with one of their rice enzyme powders. So the first product we are going to take a look at is their Pure One-Step Camellia Cleansing Oil. Camellia is very rich in oleic acid, which is very well known for its deeply moisturizing qualities and how it replenishes the skin, especially for mature skin types. So products that contain camellia oil are typically best for those true dry skin types. I have more oily to combo skin, and I didn't find it too rich or anything like that though, so I feel like anyone could use this cleansing oil. I love cleansing oils and I have tried dozens over the years, and when it comes to cleansing oils, you kind of run the gambit all the way from super thin, runny, almost water-like textures, all the way to thicker gels that barely even feel like an oil anymore. Tatcha definitely sits on the first end of this. It's not the thinnest cleansing oil I've tried, but it is close. I typically prefer cleansing oils that are more in the middle, verging on thick, and the reason for this is that I wore very heavy full coverage foundation for years, and I found that when I use a thin cleansing oil, it almost instantly absorbs into the makeup, and I feel like I don't get enough time to really massage it in and have it start breaking down all of my makeup. So with a thin cleansing oil, I end up using a lot more product than I would need with other cleansing oils or cleansing balms. With the Tatcha cleansing oil, I find I need about 4 pumps to really get in there and get the job done. I think when I use enough of this cleansing oil, it is very effective. It leaves my skin very clean and very soft. But for the price tag and the amount of product I have to use, it's not my top choice or my top recommendation. Now this is where it gets a little bit confusing because I would say this isn't a product I would repurchase, but that would technically be a lie because I have repurchased the travel size of this product in the past. I actually keep a little bottle of this out at the cabin, and I love using it when I'm out there because I typically don't wear any makeup when I'm there, but I do wear copious amounts of sunscreen, and cleansing oils are one of the only things that actually properly break down and remove all of your SPF. So I love using it when I'm out there to double cleanse, even when I'm not wearing makeup. So I will be taking this bottle out there when I go back in a couple weeks. If you are someone who wears extremely minimal makeup, you double cleanse to remove SPF, or you just like an oil cleanser as your primary cleanser, I would recommend trying this out, especially if you do have very dry and or mature skin. Next is the Rice Polish Enzyme Powder. Tatcha currently makes 4 different versions of this product depending on your skin type. I just have the classic original version, but they also do have deep, gentle, and calming variations. If you're unfamiliar, this is an enzymatic powder exfoliant. So what you do is you just pour a little bit into the palm of your hand, mix it with water to create a paste, and then you go ahead and cleanse your face like usual. I really do like this packaging because even though it is in a jar, I don't know if you guys can see that, it has like a little kind of like sliding door that you can open to dispense the product, so that minimizes the risk of dumping it all over your floor, which I really appreciate. And even when you buy the little travel size jars of this, it does still have that same packaging, which I think is a really nice touch. Tatcha did send this to me to use as my daily cleanser in this routine. Now I had used this product in the past, but never as a daily product, and I was a little bit apprehensive to start using it twice a day, and I actually almost went and ordered their gel cleanser so I could also review it in this video, but I was like, you know what? I love exfoliating powders. My acne prone skin responds extremely well to gentle exfoliation like this on a regular basis, and my skin needs that extra help and exfoliation with the breakouts I was experiencing. So I was like, I'm just gonna try it, and I can always purchase the gel cleanser later on if I need to. So this product is formulated with rice bran and papaya, which both contain natural enzymes that are going to break down dead skin and remove dirt and debris from your pores. This product is actually inspired by a geisha beauty ritual where they would use the leftover water from rinsing rice to cleanse their skin, and in turn that would give them that nice gentle exfoliation and give them a perfect radiant canvas for makeup. I remember the first time I used this product, I was instantly amazed by how my skin felt. It felt so clean. It felt like I was a baby again, like I'd been living in a bubble my entire life and no speck of dirt or oil or pollution or dead skin had ever been anywhere near my presence. I know that sounds extreme, but that's really how it felt. It was just a sense of like clean that I had never experienced before. And a lot of people, when they hear that a cleanser makes your skin feel like ultra clean, they immediately associate that with like a stripped, squeaky clean kind of feel, and that's not what this cleanser does at all. It's just a very refreshed, rejuvenated kind of feeling. Now, using this product daily, that feeling did eventually go away. I don't think it became less effective by any means, but I think it's just the fact that that's what my skin always felt like, so that's what I was used to. Like, it became my new normal, you know? So I have continued using this product, and I would definitely repurchase it, but I have gone back to using it as a twice a week exfoliating treatment. I did like using it daily, but I don't feel like my skin needs it daily, you know what I mean? I want to reserve it as kind of like a twice a week little skincare treat. The next product we're going to talk about is the Violet Sea Radiance Mask. This was one of the products from Tatcha that was new to me, and I was very excited to try it. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it before, but it has that very beautiful, distinctive violet color. I know this is silly, but a face mask that is like pretty and unique looking is just so much more enjoyable. Let's be real here. This is a cream mask. When I first tried it, I wasn't really sure. I felt like this could go either way. This could dry down like a clay, or it could stay a cream. But it doesn't dry down, so therefore it is very easy to remove with a face cloth. You apply it after cleansing, leave it on for 15 minutes and rinse it off. Tatcha does recommend using it twice a week, and I stuck pretty consistently with that while I was testing out the products. And over the 2.5 months or so, I would say I used a little bit over half of it. I have continued to use it since then, so I've used more. And it's a little bit hard to tell because the walls of this packaging are so thick and I don't exactly know how deep it is. So that's a little con there. This mask contains a 10% AHA complex derived from fruit and 2 forms of vitamin C, one being water soluble, so it's meant to give you an instant glow, and the second form being oil soluble, so it is meant to brighten and even your skin tone long term as well. And apparently this mask also contains something called Japanese beauty berry, which they say stabilizes the vitamin C to keep it active and potent. You guys know chemical exfoliation and vitamin C are 2 of my best friends when it comes to skincare. Having acne scarring and hyperpigmentation. So this is one of my favorite products from Tatcha, and I think this is probably the best product that they have that is suited to my specific skincare needs. And now when I'm filming this, they actually have a Violet C Radiance serum, which I need to try. Oh my god. With regular use, I did notice that this sped up the fading and healing process of my hyperpigmentation, and with the severity of some of the breakouts I had at the time, I feel like I definitely should have been left with a lot more prominent redness. But I feel like this really did a good job in fading it and kind of taking care of that process quicker. This is kind of gross, but something I also really like with this mask is that I find when I have an active breakout and I use it, once the 15 minutes are up, it has really brought everything to the surface, like all of the pus and lymph and all that nasty stuff will be sitting on top of the mask because it really draws out those impurities. I know that is really nasty, but it's like, it gives you the same kind of like gross satisfaction as like looking at your pore strip after you rip it off, you know what I mean? I would 100% repurchase this mask, and I would specifically recommend it to anyone who has maybe struggled to find AHA products that work for them, because it's very gentle. You don't experience that tingle or that kind of burning sensation like you may with other AHA products, but at the same time you still get to see the beautiful results of those resurfacing ingredients. The next product is the Essence Plumping Skin Softener. This essence is meant to instantly double your skin's hydration levels, prep your skin for better absorption from the rest of your skincare routine, plump, even out texture, etc. You pour a little bit onto the palm of your hands, kind of warm it up, and then press it into the skin. For the most part, it is a pretty standard essence. One thing that does set this essence aside from other essences on the market is the fact that they do say it contains a 98.7% blend of green tea, rice, and algae. Once again, those three key ingredients. So it is very concentrated. And the ingredients in this are actually fermented. So what that does is it creates a natural lactic acid. So you also do get some of that cell renewal resurfacing action from this product. The packaging of this product is unique. When you unscrew the lid, it does have a little silicone spout, which is very handy for dispensing the essence into your hand. Most of the essences I've tried have more of like a glycerin feel, but this one literally just feels like water. It's very runny, and I would say that is a little bit of a con because I found oftentimes I would have to dispense it twice because it runs off your hand so easily. So you do have to be extra careful. Overall, I didn't notice any major results from this essence, especially in comparison to other essences I have tried. And for the price tag, I really wanted to be wowed by this product, especially as someone who does use essences regularly, and I know that they do have extreme potential to like transform your skin. I will eventually use this up, and you can see when I flip it upside down, that's about where I am at after using this for 2.5, almost 3 months, but I wouldn't repurchase this for the reasons I stated. Moving right along to serums and moisturizers, I tried out the Luminous Deep Hydration Firming Serum. Now, my favorite thing about this serum is the fact that it is formulated with 23 karat gold, which does have tightening and firming benefits for the skin, but what I like about it is the fact that it translates to this beautiful microscopic gold luster on the skin. It's not shimmer or glitter, so if texture is a skincare concern for you, you don't need to be worried because it's very subtle. It just translates to a gorgeous soft glow on the skin. Sometimes after I wash my face, it doesn't matter what cleanser I'm using, but I look at my skin and I'm just like, damn, my face looks kind of dull now. So I really appreciated having this in the morning because it felt like it really just added the life back to my skin. It just reflects the light in all the right places and your skin looks super radiant, and I really appreciated that for makeup-free days, which I have a lot of now. It's also formulated with red algae, hyaluronic acid, and royal jelly. I did find this hydrating, but as someone who is more dehydrated rather than dry, especially at the transitional time of year that I was testing this out, I do find my skin benefits a little bit more from something like the Vichy Mineral 89. My main gripe with this product is the size and the value, and you've probably been looking at this and thinking like, yeah, it looks pretty small. It is 30 milliliters, which is pretty standard for a serum. I find a lot of high-end serums come in multiple sizes, and 30 ml is kind of this starting point, but this product is $114 Canadian. If this was 50 mils, I would say that is more on par with other luxury skincare brands. Don't get me wrong, it's still a very expensive product, but from other similar brands, a serum this size I have found is typically in the $90 price range. Now, I did look at like the Sephora US website and everything, and I guess it's $95 USD, which is still more on par, and that makes a lot more sense to me, so it's probably just a Canadian problem in our damn dollar conversion. I'm going to be completely honest, I did not know the price of this serum for quite a while I was testing out these products, and when I was using it I was like, I love this serum, I love the glow it gives my skin, I'm 100% repurchasing this when I finish it up. And then I looked at the price and I was just like, it goes to show that when you receive PR, you need to look at those prices and check yourself sometimes. I can't justify splurging on skincare if it's a completely revolutionary product that just transforms my skin. And I do think this is a beautiful serum, and it's something I would absolutely love to always have in my skincare collection. When it comes down to it, it's just out of my price range. The value isn't there for me. However, it's a product that if I saw it in like a Tatcha value set, I would be 100 times more likely to jump on that set and purchase it. So I'm going to talk about the moisturizer that I used as my day cream in my Tatcha routine first, and that is their best-selling water cream. This is another product that I was absolutely ecstatic to finally try, and I just want to add a quick little note about the packaging. Whenever someone has showed their moisturizers in a video, I've always been a little bit confused by this situation going on up here. I always thought it was like a little decorative bow or something, but it is actually a little slot that holds the spatula that their moisturizers come with, which I think is genius. Definitely adds a really nice luxury touch to the brand, and the packaging is just gorgeous as well. Now you may have noticed I have not talked about product fragrance in this video yet, and I felt like the moisturizers would be the best place to touch on that because in my opinion they do have the most prominent scents out of all of the Tatcha products. Tatcha does list fragrance as an ingredient in their products, but I find the scents to be extremely mild. I really couldn't distinguish if they were an added fragrance or just the natural scent of the ingredients because that's how soft they are. To me, they have a very natural herbal spa-like kind of smell. It's what I imagine a Japanese spa would smell like, and I haven't experienced any kind of irritation from the fragrances in their products at all, which is always something worth noting for me because that can be a very real issue for my sensitive skin. But anyways, the first time I tried the water cream, I was a little bit confused because to be honest, I was expecting like a really thin, totally translucent gel-like consistency with a name water cream, but I opened it up and I looked at it and I felt it and I was like, this really just looks like any other face cream. It doesn't seem like anything that unique. So I dotted it around my face like usual, and as soon as I started massaging it into my skin with my fingertips, I was like, oh, I get it now. It immediately melts on contact with your fingertips and does turn into this like thin, watery consistency. It really spreads effortlessly over your face, so you need the smallest amount with this moisturizer. And reading more about it, they do describe this as having a water burst technology where it breaks on contact with your skin, which is so fascinating to me. It's a perfect description, and it's literally like nothing I have ever experienced in all of the skincare products I've tried. This moisturizer contains Japanese leopard lily, which regulates your skin's oil production, and that combined with how lightweight and traceless it is on the skin, it's definitely a great moisturizer for normal to oily skin types. Or if you are someone who is extremely picky about texture, like you really hate using any kind of moisturizer because you hate the feel of product on your skin, this is the moisturizer I would give James if he was into skincare because he is so picky. He thinks absolutely everything feels greasy, but this is really just like giving your skin a glass of water. I find it very cooling and refreshing, so it's great to apply in the morning time, and overall it's just a very pleasant and unique sensory experience. After trying the water cream, I completely understand why it is a bestseller and why it appeals to so many people. I tend to prefer something a little bit thicker with a little bit more of like a cushiony, smoothing kind of effect for my skin, but even though this is not what I'm used to, I do have to say it primes the skin so beautifully, and I would say this is a must try from Tatcha. Even if you just get a sample to experience that texture once, it's a must try. My night cream from Tatcha was the absolutely beautiful, glorious, dreamy Silk cream. This is another product I had previously tried. I actually raved about it in a favorites video a couple years ago. Honestly, this is one of the best moisturizers I've ever tried, but the price reflects heavily on that. I fell in love with it when I first used it, and I remember being like, okay, it's Tatcha. Even if it's $100, we're doing this. I'm going to repurchase it. This little deluxe travel size that I used up lasted me forever. It's a great value. And then I looked at the price and I was like,
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Honestly, at this point, I have like an entire subcategory of skincare products that I love that I plan on using when I'm like a rich old lady sitting in my mansion dripping in Tiffany diamonds. Anyone else? Just me? Okay. It's so perfectly named. It is formulated with a silk protein, so it really truly does feel like silk when you're applying it. It creates this light veil-like barrier over your skin and boosts your collagen and elastin production. And honestly, I was surprised that this wasn't too rich for my acne-prone skin at all. Whenever I see an anti-aging moisturizer that is on the pricier side, I assume it's just not going to work for me, but this really is that perfect balance of deep hydration without being heavy. And it's just one of those skincare products where every single time I use it, my skin looks better. The first time I ever used that moisturizer, when I had that travel size a couple years ago, it was kind of a few months after I had finished Accutane, so my skin was in a pretty good place, but I definitely had more hyperpigmentation and scarring to work on at that point, and I really feel like this did improve the look of my skin. You also only need to apply a very small amount when you are using this moisturizer. That's something I've noticed in general with Japanese and Korean skincare brands. The products seem to be very concentrated, but with both the silk cream and the water cream, I find if I am applying too much, then my skin will end up being sticky, especially when I'm using the entire routine. So if you are using either of these and your skin feels sticky, you are definitely using too much. I know this product is going to be out of most people's budgets, including mine. But if you are someone who is comfortable splurging on skincare, you already use like top-end luxury skincare brands and you haven't tried this yet, it is an absolute must, you guys. Or go get yourself a Tatcha travel set that has this moisturizer in it, and you can blame me when you fall in love with it. We're in the home stretch, you guys. We've only got eye cream and sunscreen left, and this is the Silken Pore Perfecting Sunscreen with SPF 35. Is this not the most beautiful sunscreen you've ever seen? First of all, I love this packaging. Whenever I try a pore smoothing product, I apply it and then I get really up close and personal with my magnifying mirror, and I really investigate my skin, even though pores aren't even a major concern for me. And I didn't notice any immediate drastic blurring effect with this sunscreen. However, I think the magic of this product really lies in the consistency and the texture. Now, this is the thickest sunscreen I have ever tried. It honestly feels like you are squeezing out a shea butter hand cream, and I'm going to tell you why that is actually a great thing for a sunscreen. I'm sure if you've tried your fair share of SPF, then you've probably noticed a few similar traits. They're often milky, they have kind of an oily or greasy consistency, they leave your skin feeling very slick, and oftentimes they'll leave your skin looking shiny. Now, a thin, shiny formula is a horrible combination if you are concerned with pores or texture. The thin formula isn't going to do you any favors. It's not going to do any kind of smoothing out of your skin texture, and the shininess is going to reflect more light and draw more attention and make your texture and your pores look worse, unfortunately. I know that even on some of my best skin days, I have put on my SPF and I've been like, wow, my skin looks awful now. The Tatcha Silken sunscreen really eliminates all of the issues you are used to having with your SPF, and not only is it going to temporarily smooth your skin, it actually contains ingredients like Japanese wild rose that are actually going to improve the texture of your skin long term as well. I also don't personally experience a white cast with this sunscreen, but I do have pretty fair skin, so take that for what you will. Although they do say that this sunscreen isn't going to leave your skin with a chalky finish. They do say it's supposed to have a matte texture, but I actually find the finish of this to be really perfect because it still allows a little bit of glow and light reflection to peek through. It's not a matte finish that's going to leave your skin looking dull, essentially. Now, this product does combine both physical and chemical sunscreens to give you more broad protection. The chemical sunscreen component in this product is octocalate, which is said to be kind of healthier for your skin than some of the other chemical sunscreen alternatives, and it is kind of a favorite amongst Japanese skincare lines. But just something to be aware of in case you are not a fan of chemical sunscreens. I tend to go for physical sunscreens just because I do have sensitive skin and it's a little bit on the safer side, but I typically don't actually tend to have any issues with chemical sunscreens. Once again, no issues for me and my super sensitive skin with this product. No irritation, no sensitivity, no breakouts, anything like that, but that is just my skin and everyone's skin is going to react differently, so always be mindful of that. This is meant to double as a makeup primer, so if you are someone who skips your SPF often because you don't want to add another layer onto your skin or you feel like your SPF is going to ruin your makeup, this is going to be perfect for you. In my opinion, this is definitely one of the products from Tatcha worth splurging on, especially if you do struggle with textured skin, because it is a huge step up from other SPFs I've tried. And finally, we have the Ageless Revitalizing Eye Cream. This is kind of Tatcha's like top shelf eye cream, said to be anti-aging, revitalizing, brightening, etc. I couldn't find a ton of information on like the key ingredients in this product aside from that complex of 3 ingredients that I mentioned earlier that is in all of their products. I really like the texture of this eye cream. It's kind of like a thicker whipped mousse, and you can see I barely put a dent in it using it twice a day for over 2 months, so I know it's going to last forever. But as someone who doesn't really have any pressing concerns with my eye area, I didn't find anything remarkable about this eye cream. And then you kind of factor in the price, and this just really isn't a product that would be worth repurchasing for me. However, I will say that this does have extremely positive reviews from people who are a little bit older than me and have more of a mature skin type. So I think a lot of that is probably just the fact that I am young, so it's probably just not the best product for me. There's nothing wrong with it, and I'll gladly use it up, but I would say if you're in your 20s like me and you are looking for a Tatcha eye cream, I would probably try their Pearl Illuminating Eye Treatment. That one definitely appeals to me more, and I think it would be better suited for my needs. I haven't personally tried that one, but it's definitely one I want to try in the future. Overall, I feel like Tatcha is a very safe brand, and I mean that in an extremely complimentary way. I feel like just about anyone could find a product from Tatcha that they love and that works for them, whereas a lot of brands are very polarizing. All of the products I tried, I either loved or I was like, that's a good product, but it's not necessarily my personal preference, so I wouldn't repurchase it. There was nothing I disliked. Nothing that had kind of a weird texture, nothing with an unpleasant smell, nothing that caused me any irritation or caused me to break out. And I feel like after trying pretty much an entire brand's lineup, that is really saying something, especially because I don't necessarily have an easy skin type. While the Tatcha products didn't make me break out by any means, and I did find the overall quality of my skin improved, while I was using this routine, I did find myself wanting a little something extra for the acne prone and scarring sides of my skin. I just really wanted to add in like some extra chemical exfoliation because I did still experience my like monthly PMS breakouts. I found I was lacking some of those aspects that I personally want in my routine, and I really can't fault Tatcha for that at all, because not all brands are going to cater to all specific skincare concerns, and a lot of people are looking for anti-aging, hydration, and healthy skin, and Tatcha is 100% going to deliver on that. As always though, please share your experience with Tatcha in the comments down below. I am always wanting to hear from you guys, and once again, everything you need will be in the description box, links to all of the products, everything like that, and thank you so much to Tatcha for sending me these products and making this review possible. I'm really excited because I actually have my next 2-month skincare trial brand all lined up and ready to go. So now that I've filmed this video, I can finally start trying those products, and you guys are going to freak out. I think you're going to be so excited over the next video in this series, but I will probably be posting a little sneak peek of the next brand I'm going to be trying on my Instagram very soon. So make sure you follow me there at SariReanna. I'm also at SariReanna on Twitter as well. But as always, I hope you guys have found this video helpful and informative. Thank you for sticking with me to the end. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit that subscribe button down below if you are new, but I will talk to you in the next one.